Over 55, and I have Sarah here from VA1. Welcome back again, Sarah.
Thank you.
That was a short break. Yeah, I think it was interesting because we were just on the topic of feet, which will take us now into exercise.
Oh, that hands down is our most successful program. We have classes running 2 per day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We have 3 levels of classes. So we have beginner, intermediate, and advanced, or 1, 2, 3.
Right.
And they we don't do a formal assessment, but what we do is we have people sign a form, kind of a health background and a waiver to come in and take part and potentially decide, yes, this program is for me, or maybe I'd like to try one that's a little bit harder, or perhaps the level 1, which is less intense.
Depending on their flexibility or their maneuverability. Where do they have the classes?
In a very little tiny room. Right, again, when you walk into our office, there's a resource center, and right in the back it's our meeting room.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's a one-on-one trainer kind of program.
It feels like it sometimes. We have about 12 people.
Okay.
And yeah.
Well, that's not bad size.
Not bad.
And it looks like there's a lot of classes. So is there a fee for that?
$2.
Wow.
And it's more like a donation. I mean, if somebody came in and didn't have $2, we certainly wouldn't turn them away.
Yeah, you'd probably give them cookies and tea.
Yeah.
I know.
And what's wonderful is that they're in that class. So, for example, if someone isn't showing up for a week or even a few days, we will call them and say, are you okay? And it's sort of kind of another
it's like
safety program.
Buddy backup system.
It is.
And that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think people know that happens in this city.
That's right. And by the way, we will be starting a level 4 class as well, because we need more space.
Okay.
We would love more space, but we work with what we've got,
Right.
and people seem to be coming in, frequently right now asking for exercise programs.
Well, that's good.
So
Now you're involved, I'm sure there's a huge volunteer staff that help you people.
we could not do any of this without our volunteers. So Stacey Norman is our coordinator of volunteers, and she actually does that for the City of London, for our other programs that are throughout the city.
I think Stacey used to be in the Kiwanis Center. Anyway.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
okay.
She finds the right person.
Right.
They go through orientation, and they go through a police background check, and then we kind of try and fit the service to them. If they have a background in exercise, for example, wonderful. Come on in, and we train people to go through our SMART program.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's nice getting people together, and I think like I'm out of the Kiwanis Center, and there's all levels of exercise.
Oh, it's
Actually,
a great
I think
place.
my wife's doing one right now, Zumba Gold.
Zumba's fantastic.
Yeah, so it's good that we're letting people understand there's all different levels, because you maybe are very flexible or you're not. So it's leveled out. I like that.
Well, and if I might just say one more thing about exercise,
No,
I could go on.
I think it's cool.
The functional part of this, it becomes far more meaningful for people as they get older. In your 20s and 30s, you say you want to look good.
Right.
And as we get older, we want to feel good and be able to continue to do the things that we do. So in our classes, we often say, you'll work your bicep muscle, but why are you doing that? So you can continue to lift your groceries. Or why are you working your lower body? So you can continue to get up off the chair. All that stuff is really important.
So it makes sense to them. It's not just bending your arms. So there's a reason why you're doing it.
Exactly.
So. Cool.
Activities of daily living, we call them.
No, and that's true. So, blood pressure
That's hard
clinics.
to say too.
I know, especially fast like that.
Yeah, and those are happening today, every afternoon from 2 to 4. And again, it gives people a sense of security. I mean, we all know that you can go to the Shoppers Drug Mart or anywhere like that and get your blood pressure taken. But we have retired nurses that are doing those. So again, they will, even if they find that a blood pressure reading is a little bit out of whack, they will actually go to the and I just found this out a few weeks ago by one of our nurses, and she said she will go to the pump system, and use the stethoscope because that, in her opinion, is the most reliable.
Okay.
So
it's like the other things I'm finding in London, that people, it's healthy. It's a gathering place, but they can connect with each other, and that's I think important for older adults, is to keep connected and not be locked away in their room and they don't have any contact with people.
And it's wonderful too, because if there are people that are more isolated, I can't believe the number of folks on their floor or in their building, or the building managers, for example, they find them and they let us know. And we try to do what we can. We have to be careful. We can't just go in and but we all work together.
And I think people don't realize that, you know, we all think Cherry Hill, it's older adults, but that kind of support system, that's a great idea. I mean, I didn't know what the thing in the door, so you know, I'm sure other neighbors that are all know that
Yes.
if Mary had that on the door every day and it's not on the door, there's something wrong today.
Yes, and even people that are on Lifeline or Connect Care,
Right.
because they can push that button.
Right.
But there's something about being physically checked. Somebody walks down the
that's
hall
true.
and they're looking at your door, even if you never need that help. Hopefully you
Yeah.
don't, but you know somebody's, you know, walking by.
Well, thank you, Sarah.
Thank
we
you.
really welcome you to be on the show. It was a great, informative
Thank you.
session. And thank you very much for watching Over 55, and we'll see you next